In today's video, I will be ranking every Season 3 Battle Pass skin from Chapter 1 to Chapter 6 on this tier list, and we've had some really good Season 3 Battle Pass skins over the years, and some terrible ones as well, so I will definitely have some hot takes in this ranking video. So just a reminder that this is my opinion, but I would love to hear yours, so let me know in the comments some of your favorite Season 3 Battle Pass skins or where you'd rank these skins. If you enjoy my videos, be sure to use code TuneSpider in the Fortnite item shop to support me. And now let's get to ranking. Alright, so we're actually going to go all the way back to Chapter 1 Season 3, and we're going to get a little bit of that nostalgia feeling right here, but I'm going to try to not let that affect my tier ranking at all. So starting with the Elite Agent, she's one of the original Sweat skins. She has this simple tactical agent design to her that's really cool. I've always liked this skin. It's not the flashiest, it's not the coolest, but I do think she had a cool design, especially for back then. So I'm going to be putting her in the A tier. Next, we're moving on to Dark Voyager, and this skin was actually a little intimidating back then because it was this all black astronaut suit with these bright orange lights, and it fit the theme of that season so well. This is still a classic in my opinion. I still enjoy this skin, probably my favorite astronaut skin in the game, so I'm going to be putting Dark Voyager in the S tier. Moving on to the knockoff John Wick. Well, I mean, he was the John Wick in the game before we actually got John Wick, and that's the Reaper. He always had like this stiff, almost like toy action figure look to him compared to the actual John Wick skin. But don't get me wrong, I don't think it's a bad skin or anything. I just think the John Wick skin made this one look so much worse, and we've just had a lot better like suit up skins since then. So I'm going to be putting the Reaper in the B tier. Moving on to Rustlord, who was actually the meme skin for this season, which is kind of funny because when I look at him, I don't really think of a meme skin, even though we did call him the knockoff Star-Lord back then. But I actually like the Rustlord skins. I like all the skins that have to do with Rustlord, like X-Lord, Rust. They're some of my favorites in the game. I think they're really cool. I especially love their helmet. So when it comes to Rustlord, the original of that group, I do like this skin. So I'm going to be putting him in the A tier. Next up, we got Mission Specialist, who definitely fit the theme of the season back then, but it's just Jonesy in an orange astronaut suit. Like, there's nothing special about it at all. I was never a big fan of this astronaut skin to begin with. He's one of those skins where you use it once and never use it again. So I'm going to be putting this skin in the D tier. And then I'm going to be honest, following right behind it is going to be Moonwalker. A little cooler than Mission Specialist in my opinion, just because I like the astronaut suit just a little bit more based on the colors. But I'm still just not a fan of this one. I'm not a fan of these astronaut skins here. So I'm going to be putting Moonwalker in the D tier as well. Now moving on to Chapter 2 Season 3, and I really like this season. I feel like the Battle Pass is underrated along with the season, and we're going to be starting with Kit, the most adorable cat in Fortnite, and one of the most adorable skins of all time. A cat in this like robotic motorcycle suit is so fun. I think this is very creative, especially when you think about Kit's emote as well. And the timing for this skin was great because we just got Meowscles in Chapter 2 Season 2, and then we get his son in Chapter 2 Season 3. For me, Kit goes in S tier, one of the best meme skins of all time. Next up is the daughter of Midas, and this is Jules, one of the most loved Battle Pass skins in Chapter 2, and honestly of all time. Very clean skin, love the mechanic look to her, really cool tattoos. Tattoos will always win me over when it comes to skins, and I think this was just a peak Fortnite design, so I'm going to be putting Jules in the peak tier. Our first skin going in there. Next up is Eternal Night, and she's one of the best Night skins in my opinion, even though I don't really see how she fits the theme, but I think she was a great tier 100 skin. I really like the colors. She was the only one to get a super style in this battle pass. Overall, I think she was a good skin, so I'm going to be putting her in the A tier. Next up, we have Fade, and I really liked his final form, especially his mask with the coat, but I'm just really not a big fan of the early stages. I don't think it's a bad skin. I don't think it's an amazing skin. I think he's kind of right in the middle, so I'm going to be putting Fade in the B tier. Next up is Ocean, which I think is also an underrated skin. I think she has pretty cool style options. I really liked her colors. I don't really like the helmet on style, but I did like the helmet off. I would say she just never really stood out though. Like, she's one of those skins that you probably forget about after a while. Like, you would use it quite a bit because she was the tier 1, then slowly you end up forgetting about her, which reminds me I should probably use her soon. But I'm gonna be putting Ocean in the B tier. Now we're moving on to Aquaman, who was the collab secret skin of this season. If you've watched some of my ranking videos in the past that have Aquaman in it, you know I was pretty disappointed with this collab. Kind of felt like an afterthought. The skin itself doesn't look horrible. I just don't really like the movie Jason Momoa's Aquaman that much. I would much rather see the comic Aquaman. That's the one I wish we would have got. But I can't deny that like the suit version looks pretty cool, so I'll put Aquaman in the C tier. Next up is Scuba Jonesy, and this is just Jones in a wetsuit. Like, there's nothing special about it at all. I mean, to be honest, it's probably his most forgettable skin. So because of that, I'm going to be putting Scuba Jonesy in the D tier. And then last but not least for this battle pass, we have Siona, who I kind of forget forget about, and she is another astronaut skin, but I'm not going to put her in the same level as like mission specialist because she does have other colors, she does have a couple other styles, there's more to her, so I'm going to be putting Siona in the C tier. Now we're moving on to the chapter 3 season 3 battle pass, and I think there's some underrated skins in this one as well. I really don't hate this battle pass as much as some other people do, but I'm going to be starting with Darth Vader, one of the collab skins from this battle pass, and I mean it's Darth freaking Vader, arguably the greatest villain of all time. His skin looks really good, pretty much feels like it came right out of the movies. Definitely has that menacing look to it when you look at the helmet. I just wish he would have got more styles. I don't feel like I can put him in peak because he didn't get any other styles, and I feel like that part was kind of a letdown. So I'm going to put Darth Vader in S tier for now. Next we have Evie, who is the tier 1 skin from this battle pass. Super clean, simple design, really like the edit styles. I think she's definitely one of the highlights from this battle pass. Love her colors, and I love the fact that she was in the Star Wars battle pass. I actually like that version more, but I do like this Evie skin a lot. I'm going to be putting her in the A tier. Next up is the other collab skin, Indiana Jones, and they killed this one. This looks just like young Harrison Ford. Got 2 styles, showing off that chest hair a little bit. One of the better collab skins in my opinion up to that point. They really nailed his look. Love the nostalgia when I see this skin. Definitely going in S tier. Now we're moving on to Sabina. I think she's kind of a hidden gem in this battle pass. I like her kind of assassin design. She's got the katana, she has the spider web tattoo, she has a red style as well, which looks pretty cool. I think her design is pretty clean, so I'm going to be putting her in the A tier as well. Now we're moving on to Adira, one of the most underrated battle pass skins of all time in my opinion. I think she's like in the top 3. Her armor's cool, her suit is cool, love the color scheme that she has, love that you can have the mask on or off. I thought she looked great with the super styles as well. Overall just a great skin, so I'm going to be putting her in the S tier. Next up is Snap, and I mean this was a great idea, pretty much an action figure that you can put together, which I think is really cool. That's very unique. I just feel like the action figure itself could have looked cooler, and that's just of course in my opinion. I'm sure there's people that absolutely love Snap, but this one just really wasn't for me, but I acknowledge the customizations and that it is a solid skin, so I'm going to be putting him in the B tier. Moving on to Stormfarer, like all I can really say about this skin is it looks like an 800 V-Buck skin. I've just never been a fan of this one, so I'm going to be putting him in the D tier. And then to round out this battle pass we have Malik. Definitely had some potential, love the colors, love the concept. I just think the execution wasn't fully there, especially when it came to the clothing, so I'm going to be putting him in the B tier. Now we're moving on to chapter 4 season 3, and we're going to start with Era. Nice blend of time traveler and sleek assassin. I love this skin. I think she looks so cool. I think she was a strong tier 1 skin. I just overall like the vibe of this skin, so I'm going to be putting her in the S tier. Moving on to the collab skin from this battle pass, we got Optimus Prime. I mean, the Transformers collab was hype. It was really cool to see Transformers in Fortnite. I honestly didn't think that was gonna be possible, but they made it happen. I'm just not a big fan of this skin. It's just too big, too clunky, too bulky, but I do acknowledge that it looks really cool in the game, so I'm gonna be putting him in the C tier. And then following right behind him is gonna be Paradise Meowscles. I'm just not a big fan of this design for Meowscles. There's some Meowscles skins I really like, but this just isn't one of them, so I'm actually gonna be putting him in the D tier. Next up is Lorenzo, and I think he has a decent design. I like this explorer look to him, almost has like an Indiana Jones vibe as well. I like the tattoos that he has. I like his other styles. Overall, I think he's a solid skin, so I'm going to be putting him in the B tier. And then next we have Trace, also a cool skin, has some stylish colors to him. I like the blue or green glow markings on his arms. I just didn't really like the outfits, to be honest, when it came to the skin, so I'm going to put him in the B tier as well. I think it's solid, not a bad skin, not a great skin. And then next up is Relic. I actually really like this skin, but he's got to have the helmet on. I don't really like the helmet off style, but I do love the armor, and I do really like the helmet, so I'm going to be putting him in the B tier. And then next up we have Ryan. I think she has a cool look. This skin's just really not for me, to be honest. I just don't think there's really a lot to her, so I'm gonna put her in the C tier. And then last but not least, we got Mariposa, the wrestler vibes, colorful, very unique. Would have loved more customization, to be honest, when it came to the skin, but I do like this one, so I'm gonna put it in the B tier. Next up is the chapter 5 season 3 battle pass. I love this battle pass. I think it is such a good pass. And then we're starting with the Machinist, was just a great tier 1 skin. Love the outfit, love the vibe, looked great with the super styles, especially that jacket on style. Then you had like the spine design on her jacket with the nitro flowing through it. Really cool. Gonna be putting the Machinist in the S tier. And then following that we have the T60 power armor for the Fallout fans. I really like this skin. I love that the T60 armor got a Black Knight style. It looked really cool. Again, it's a bulky skin, but I think there was more to this one, so I'm gonna put the T60 power armor in the A tier. And then next up is Bright Raider. This is my favorite version of Bright Bomber. I love the wasteland gritty Bright Raider look to her. I love the pastel version. She also looked great with the super styles. She's gonna be be going in the S tier as well. Now we're moving on to one of the toughest looking tier 100 skins of all time, and that's going to be Megalodon. Really love this villain, really love his design. I really like the mask and the armor, love how the nitro flowed through him, looked great with the super styles, going in the A tier. Now we're moving on to Peabody. As you know, I'm not the biggest meme skin person, and I'm just not a big fan of Peabody, to be honest with you, but I acknowledge that it's a fun meme design, so I'm going to put him in the C tier. Next up is Rust, and I actually talked about Rust Lord earlier and how I like these skins, so I really like him as well. It's a good remix to a fan favorite from Chapter 1 Season 3, and I think he has really cool design, so I'm going to be putting him in the A tier. Next up is Magneto, and I think they did a really good job with the skin. Love the Wasteland style and the comic style. Both of those styles look really good. I think they executed the skin well, so I'm going to put Magneto in the A tier as well. And then last but not least, we have Ringmaster Scar, and I know a lot of people don't like this skin. Honestly, I don't really get it, especially when you have the hyena helmet on. I think it looks so sick. She looks so badass. And then if you combine that with the super styles, this is a really cool skin in my opinion. So I'm going to put her in the B tier. Definitely overhated in my opinion. And then finally, last but not least, we have our current Battle Pass Chapter 6 Season 3. And I'm going to start with Robin. I mean, this skin is peak. This is probably my favorite DC skin in the game. The Tim Drake Robin design is so good, and I love the red Robin design as well. I know I already said it, but definitely going in peak. Now we're moving on to Haley Sky, the cheerleader of the Supernova crew. Really like the design, stylish, looks good, and one of the coolest concepts how she turns into the Storm Beast. She's an S tier in my opinion. Next up is Light Rider. All three styles look really cool, especially the casual. Love kind of like the shark theme that she has going on, while also having like this reboot design to her. They went 3 for 3 in my opinion when it came to her skin, so she's going in the peak tier. Moving on to Morgan Mist, our tier 100 skin. I think she's really cool. I like the magic user vibe. I wish kind of her final form had a different look to her, maybe similar to the one from the surveys, but I still think she's a good skin, so I'm going to put her in the A tier. Moving on to Superman. This will probably be a hot take, but I'm just not the biggest fan of Superman suits, to be honest with you. I do acknowledge how iconic he is and how important he is to the superhero world, but I'm going to put him in the B tier. And then next up is the chillest Fortnite skin of all time, and that's Ziggy. Love the colors, love the design. One of my favorite meme skins of all time. He's going to be going in the B tier. Also shout out to Ziggy because I heard he's into the Nitros, so he's got taste for sure. But moving on to Kill Switch, that I was really hoping for from the surveys, and they made him even better. I love this cyborg look to him, and he definitely looks like Cable a little bit. Plus he has the coolest weapons in the game. Kill Switch is going in peak. And then last but not least, we have Synthwave, and I love her superhero design so much. I love her colors. I love the reactivity. I think it fits well with her character. I'm just not the biggest fan of her casual style, so that brings it down just a little bit. Her superhero suits, in my opinion, are peak, but I have to consider the casual style, so I'm going to be putting her in the S tier, but she's going to be at the top of S. And I know it looks like there's some recency bias, but I really just love this Battle Pass so much. It is definitely one of my favorites all time. But that wraps up my Battle Pass Season 3 skins tier list. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. If you'd like to join my Discord server, that link is going to be in the description, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.